Hi everyone, this is Helloangel.design. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a very easy zipper pouch. You can make any size of your choice. As you can see right here, I have bigger size and smaller size. But for today, I'm going to be showing you how to make the bigger size of the zipper pouch. And I also stitch a handle on the zipper pouch. This is how it is. The fabric that I use is Kampala. Please, if you have not subscribed, don't forget to click that subscribe button and also the notification bell so that when I upload new video, you will be the first to be notified. If you have any question, put it on the comment section. If you like my tutorial, thumbs up. If you're just stopping by, thank you so much for watching. Before you exit the video, don't forget to subscribe and let's get started. As you can see right here, I have cut my fabric ready. And I'm using a denim fabric to line in the zipper pouch. If you want to make this kind of zipper pouch, first thing what you have to do, make a pattern paper. The width 35 centimeter, the length 21 centimeter. If you want to make a box, 5 centimeter on both sides, 5 centimeter on both sides. So when you measure 35, moved inside 4 centimeter and moved inside 4 centimeter, place your ruler and just draw a diagonal on both sides. Then you can place your pattern paper on your fabric and cut it out. Once you have done that, then take your interfacing. So this is my interfacing. The way you cut your fabric, do it the same way on your interfacing. Place it on top and cut it out. I have iron interfacing on my fabric. So first thing what you have to do, make sure you have a very long zipper. As you can see, my zipper is very long. Open it like this. Turn it this way and then put it at the very top of the zipper pouch. Pin all around. Once you have done pinning it like this, take it to your sewing machine, just stitch along. Make sure you are using your zipper foot. I have stitched it in place. The next thing what you have to do, take your lining, place it on top of it like this. Take your pin along. Once you have done pinning, if you're going to stitch your lining on top of the made fabric, what you have to do, turn it like this. You can see your stitch line before. Continue from that stitch line all the way to the end. Once you have done stitching, turn it inside out. Take it to your ironing board. Press it very nice. I have stitched the lining in place. This is how it is. I just take it to my ironing board. I press it very well. The next thing what you have to do, take it to your sewing machine, give it a top stitch all the way to the end. Set your sewing machine to 3 or 3.5 when you're top stitching. I have top stitch, as you can see right here. The next thing what you have to do, place your fabric like this on top of it. You can see both front of the made fabric are facing each other. Then take your pin along. Once you have done pinning, take it to your sewing machine, stitch it all in place, and then you turn your fabric again. You're going to repeat the same process, just the same way you stitched it before. Then place your lining on top of it. You can see both lining also are facing each other. And also take your pin it in place. So when you're going to stitch your lining, then turn it like this. Continue from your stitch line before. Just stitch it all around to the end. Once you have done stitching, take it to your ironing board, press it very well, and then top stitch. I've stitched it in place. This is how it is, just the same way you stitch the first side of the zipper pouch. You first place your made fabric, stitch along, and then place your lining on top of it, then stitch along. So when you know that when you're stitching, you're going to repeat the same stitch line before, you just do the same thing on this other side. You're repeating the same process. The next thing what you have to do, take your handle, take it to your ironing board, fold it into two. So this is the mid part of the handle, and then fold this raw edges, fold it and make sure it meet at the mid part, and fold the other side, and then fold it again and just press along like that. This is how it will look, and you also do the same thing on the tab. Once you have done that, take it to your sewing machine, stitch the both side. And you also do the same thing on your tab, stitch the both side. I have stitched it in place. This is how it is, and I also do the same thing on the side. The next thing what you have to do before you stitch it on your made fabric, take your ring, put it inside like this, place it on your fabric. So when you're going to stitch, you're not stitching the lining, you're only pinning it on your made fabric. Then take your pin, just pin that in place. So take it to your sewing machine, just top stitch. I have stitched it in place. This is how it is. Before you put the both side seam and the bottom edge together, open your zip halfway so that you can be able to turn it inside out. Then you can cut off the excess. You can see I fix a thread in my needle just to stitch that in place. So put them together like this, both sides. Take your pin it all around. Before you pin the bottom edge of your lining, as you can see, I place a pin here. This is the mid part of the lining. So I'm leaving about 3 inches. From here, I'll measure 1.5 inches. And I'll come to this side and I'll do the same thing, 1.5 inches. So this is the gap I'm going to leave so that I can turn the zipper pouch inside out. So I will pin from here to here, here to there. Once you have done pinning it all around, the next thing what you have to do, you can see the mark where I am going to leave. I'll continue from here, back stitch at the beginning, back stitch at the end, and I will stop here. I will stitch from here to here and just stitch along all the way to the end. And I will also do the same thing on the side, and I will stitch across all the way to the end. So go ahead and stitch your zipper pouch all together. Don't forget to leave a gap where you're going to turn it inside out. I have stitched it all in place. I just press the seam apart. The next thing what you have to do is to stitch the bust corner. What you have to do, put them together like this. You see how it is? This is how it is. The center, this is the bottom edge and the side seam of the zipper pouch. They are not going to match. The most important thing is that the side here matched, and then just pin along like that. You do the same thing on the other side. Put them together like this again. You can see the bottom edge of the zipper pouch and the side seam of the zipper pouch. You can see the both are not matched like that, like the both are not like this. So you just have to place them like this. The most important in the side here and the side over there are equal, just like that, and just take your pin along. And you do the same thing with the lining. Once you have done pinning, take it to your sewing machine, give it a top stitch, and you do the same thing with the lining. Give it a top stitch all around. I have top stitch all around. The next thing that you have to do, turn it inside out. The gap that you didn't stitch yet, just put your hand inside and turn it inside out. Once you have done turning your zipper pouch inside out like this, the next thing that you have to do, this open gap, take it to your sewing machine and just top stitch. You can use hand stitch or just use your sewing machine to top stitch. I will use my sewing machine to top stitch. Nobody can really see inside because it's inside the zipper pouch. I have top stitched the lining, so I use matchy thread to top stitch the lining. So once you've done that, take it to your ironing board, press it very well, and just place it. Use your hand to fix it properly like that, and this is how it will look. It's very, very beautiful. You see how it is. The next thing what you have to do, remember your handle. What you have to do, take it to your sewing machine. Once you put it inside like this, take it to your sewing machine, just top stitch across. I have top stitched the handle. The next thing what you have to do, push the ring towards to the end of where you top stitch. Just flip it inside out. You're flipping your fabric inside out like that. So what you have to do next, just take it to your sewing machine again and top stitch. Top stitch, because if you don't top stitch, the ring will be going back and forth like this. So just take it to your sewing machine again and top stitch very close.